Hey YouTube, a few weeks ago we tested the Flex one-touch impact driver against some of the strongest impact drivers on the market, but today it's going to be its mid-tier brother that's going to see how it stacks up against some of the competition. So let's get into that today on Tinker with Tools. Now in that impact driver video from a few weeks ago, I took the new Flex One Touch, compared it against three of the other fastest, strongest impact drivers on the market, and mainly focused on just pure performance and speed. In the testing, I've always found that those impact drivers really represent a new tier of impact driver right at the top, and nothing else really compares to them. But that doesn't mean that there aren't other good impact drivers on the market that I would even consider, and I oftentimes find myself turning to the Flex kind of mid-tier impact driver that they just released over its bigger one-touch brother, just because this is a really nice impact driver to use. And that's something that in the past I would not have said about a Flex impact driver. So what I'm going to do today is compare it to three other impact drivers. First, let's talk about this Flex. This is model FX1352, and like I said, it's what I would deem their mid-tier impact driver. But when you look at the specs on paper, it's pretty full-featured and has power and speed performance that is actually up there with a lot of brands' best impact drivers. You are going to be getting 3 different speed modes plus 1 assist mode for machine screws, and you're going to be getting a quick insert collet, something that they really have never offered on their impact drivers. You're also going to get an excellent halo light that even has different brightness levels that you can control. I'll be running this on their Flex 3.5 amp hour stacked lithium battery. Now let's go ahead and see what we're going to be stacking this up against today. First, we're going to be looking at the Bosch GDR18V-1950C. In other parts of this world, this is known as the 220, but this 1950 was a revelation for me. It's a really nice impact driver to use. It has decent power, speed, and performance. Now it does have a quick insert collet, but it doesn't have the greatest lighting options, and Bosch, like many others, has now started to release tabless batteries. So today we're going to be running this on their tabless 4 amp hour battery. I'm excited to see how this one does performance wise, because it really is quite nice to use. Now, an impact driver that a lot of people mention as being as performant as what you're seeing up in that other group is going to be the Ridgid 4-mode impact driver. It's model R862312. And this is Ridgid's best impact driver to date, in my opinion. It does come with 3 standard speed modes and then an assist mode for metal fasteners. And then it does have a quick insert collet, but the lighting option is pretty poor, just a single LED down on the base of the tool. But we are going to be running it on Ridgid's new 4 amp hour tabless EXP battery. But it is a solid impact driver, just a little bit on the bigger side. But it'll be interesting to see if that size penalty kind of pays a price or not. Now, the last one we're going to be talking about today, this is one I'm throwing in. Wasn't necessarily recommended by anyone, but this is the Makita XGT20. This impact driver is easily the most compact and what I'll call the lightest duty, but it is very feature rich and comes with a lot that there is to like about it. They also then have a ring light that is excellent, a really great collet, excellent, superb trigger. It is a little bit on the more compact size handle wise. I do think it's going to suffer performance wise, but in terms of feature set, it has no comparison in the impact driver world, except for its own past generations, really. Now, the last thing with the Makita is obviously on LXT, there are not really modern battery options. We are going to be running on a standard 5 amp hour LXT battery. We're going to talk about this a little bit later as we get into the comparison, but that's what we're going to be running it on today. When it comes to the length or size of the head, there are 3 of these, which is going to be the Flex, the Bosch, and the Makita, that are all relatively close together. I think it's less than 2 millimeters that actually separates them. The Ridgid is noticeably larger in the head size, but even at that, I don't think it's so large that you can't use it. It's just noticeable if you're going to be picking it up and comparing it to some of these ultra small impact drivers. Now, when it comes to weight, that is where we're going to see a bit of difference. We're going to show, once again, a graph on the screen. Makita is the smallest and most compact as a bare tool, followed next by Flex, and then you're going to have the Bosch and the Ridgid that are just heavier than that. When you go to weight as tested, though, the battery weight on the Flex really kind of comes back to bite it. It is going to be the heaviest, followed very closely by the Ridgid. Bosch takes a little bit of a step back, and then the Makita is just a featherweight in this group as it compares. It really stands out how much more compact it is, but obviously if it's giving up power, there are going to be trade-offs for that compact size, Kind of just depends on what you're looking for. All right, when it comes to kind of standout features or things that I do want to point out on the impact drivers, I mentioned how Makita has the control panel on the back. That is something that Ridgid has also done, and I actually do like that placement of it. It allows you to keep one hand on the tool and then kind of adjust the settings with your offhand. A standout feature on the Makita though is definitely going to be the quick shift button, because you are able to, with one hand, adjust the speed of the tool within the 4 standard speed modes. When we talk about lighting options, the 2 best are going to be the 2 halo lights. Makita's is a little bit brighter, but I think I might have the flex actually turned down a little bit. So definitely both are excellent lights there. The worst light's going to be the Ridgid, and then followed by the Bosch. I think both of them need to improve their light strategy on their impact drivers to really be competitive there. All right, so now we're going to compare a couple of different things in performance testing, and then I want to go into some differences about the individual tools. First, in the performance testing, I'm going to show you the different speed modes and talk about those. So here you go. Here's a speed mode comparison with some comparison times for that. Now with those speed modes, there is a standout in one direction, and that is going to be the Makita. Its speed 1 and even its speed 2 are pretty slow for this group. Now that is not necessarily a terrible thing, because it does allow you the ability to deal with something of a controlled impact driver for much more delicate operations. It is a different impact driver in that right, and it really just does stand out. The rest of them are pretty comparable, and obviously the Flex, I believe, is going to be the fastest. It really does kind of just stand out as being the quickest overall. Just raw kind of speed is what you're getting from. So now we're going to go on to some different driving testing just to kind of see the comparison here. Let's go ahead and run through that and come back for the conclusions of that performance. When it comes to the performance testing, there are two performance standouts that really kind of show themselves as being just more powerful than kind of the rest of the group. The Flex came in as the top driver with a time of 14.72 for all those fasteners. This doesn't seem that much slower than some of those bigger, stronger, more powerful impact drivers, and really just above the rest. Now, the Ridgid also performed very well. It was only about 11% behind. This is an excellent option in terms of power and speed. It just isn't the most compact that's out there. But in terms of performance, it really does kind of stand out that they really kind of hit a fine balance between torque and speed with this impact driver. Now, the Bosch was 33% behind. It is definitely not the most performant impact driver out there, especially as you move to some of the bigger fasteners, but it is still nice to use, worth mentioning there. And then the slowest is definitely going to be the Makita. In this group, it is 60% behind the Flex. It really is just a much slower impact driver. Now, Makita fans, don't think that that's where this ends, because the performance testing is just one component of that. All right, so now price. We are going to talk about the price of these different impact drivers. The cheapest bare tool is going to be the Ridgid at $149. You can go ahead and get the Makita for $182 on Amazon right now. If you're not paying Amazon prices and you're paying full price at a different retailer, it's listed at $249. It is a more expensive impact driver. The Bosch is listed at $209, but I can usually get it around $189 pretty consistently on Amazon. And then if you can be patient, I have gotten this one down as low as $130 bare tool. That's a really nice price for a decent impact driver. Now, the Flex currently is only sold as a kit, so unfortunately that is the price we have to go with. It's $200 for a kit, but it is a nice kit for that. Compared to other kit prices here, the Ridgid is just over $200 for a single 2 amp hour battery kit. The Bosch is actually not available in kit form that I can find anywhere. And then the Makita, this is one that will anger you, because if you buy just the impact driver and a 2 battery kit, it's $429. Now, don't pay for that. You can get the same impact driver, the same batteries, the same charger, and a full featured hammer drill for $332. But price wise, Makita's right at the top and definitely one of the more expensive. Now, the last thing I want to do is kind of talk about the different pros and cons of each impact driver, because there really isn't a bad tool up here on the table, but I do think that there's some good and bad to each of the different impact drivers. Now, first, I'm going to start with the Flex. This is a big step forward for Flex. The pros about it: great lighting. They finally put a standard quick insert collet on it. It's got a better handle and ergonomic feel to it, in my opinion. The trigger is a lot better. They managed to cut some of the weight, but unfortunately some of the cons, it is still a Flex impact driver, and with a 24-volt battery on the bottom, Flex batteries are just going to be pretty darn heavy when it comes to the competition. This is an improvement also in terms of how it operates in the finer control situations, but it is still going to be a more performance-focused impact driver. You're definitely noticing when you're in speed 1, it still is just going to kind of spin the screw in, not even really impact. It definitely can be used on lighter duty tasks, but it doesn't excel at it like maybe some of the other impact drivers do. Next, I'm going to move to the Bosch. The pros of this is Bosch finally made, in my opinion, a good impact driver, especially in the North American market. For years, they just kind of threw the freak at us. This 1950 changed my opinion on that, and it finally gave us a good impact driver. When it comes to the cons, the performance is going to be the con. It is a nice impact driver to use, but it is a little bit on the slower side. If you're using it in a vacuum and you don't see that, I don't think it really stands out as being super sluggish. But when you compare it on paper and even on these testing 2 different impact drivers, it does stand out a little bit. Now, Makita, we are going to talk pros and cons of Makita. The pros: this is the nicest impact driver to use that is here on the table. When it comes to just refinement and how nice it is to use, the limited vibration that you get out of it, this stands at the top. Now, the con is obviously going to be the performance. Now, the other con is the Makita battery situation. There are going to be people in the comments that will defend Makita's batteries about how long they last and about how they're not broken, so you don't need to fix them. But the fact of the matter is, compared to the rest of the market, they are lagging behind on their LXT platform. This 5 amp hour battery on its own is the most expensive battery on the table today. It's more than the Ridgid's tabless, it's more than the stacked lithium, it's more than the Bosch Expert tabless battery. It's a lightweight, compact tool, but in terms of the battery architecture, LXT is lagging behind. There's just no other way to put that. Each one of these has their own merits and has things that I like about them. and really I would pick up the majority of them and use them interchangeably because they are just definitely solid impact drivers. Now, if you have another impact driver that you think compares favorably to these, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. If you like this sort of video, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Make sure to turn on notifications so you get notified when I put out a new video. And until next time, thank you for your continued support, and I'll catch you on Tinker with Tools.